Hey everybody, welcome back. Mr. Walker here. I'm going to go through our next lesson in Amplify. We are currently on Unit 8B, Subunit 1, Lesson 2. Name of the unit is Who is Silence Dogood? I told you that this unit is about Benjamin Franklin, so you might be asking, who's this Silence Dogood person? Silence Dogood is a character invented by Ben Franklin. Silence Dogood is a rural, meaning living out in the country, widowed, meaning her husband has passed away, woman who is rather prudish, a little bit stuck up, a little bit goody two-shoes, a little bit, oh, hey, I would never say things like that, right? So why in the world did our guy do this? I'm glad you asked. So Ben Franklin was a serious advocate for women's rights. Okay? Before it was very fashionable and very much a big thing, Benjamin Franklin believed in the intelligence and the participation of women and wanted them to be a lot more involved in our society, our politics, our government, etc. He wrote these letters for a number of different reasons. They are a very good example of how Benjamin Franklin is able to get people to do what he wants. And that is an important idea here, guys, because Benjamin Franklin has very intelligent and effective ways of persuading people, okay? And Silence Dogood is a good example of that. So let's set the scene real fast. Who's Silence Dogood? So Ben Franklin, at the age of 16, is essentially told by his father, go work for your brother, he owns the newspaper, I am apprenticing you to him. Ben Franklin did not get any say-so in the matter. He's a 16-year-old kid, his dad says go work for him, you go work for him. That's all there is to it. So he does. He doesn't like his brother that much. His brother's kind of a tyrant. He's mean, he's abrasive, he's a little aggressive, and Ben Franklin does not enjoy working for him. And Ben Franklin also believes he has intelligent things to say, and his brother's kind of disregarding them because he thinks, oh, you're just a dumb kid. So Ben Franklin makes up this character, and he writes a letter to the editor of the newspaper, right, his brother. And he says, look, here's my ideas. And he takes on this pretense of being a rural widow, and she has these things to say, and you need to read them. So here's the challenge. I'm going to tell you right now, what you're about to read is probably the hardest document that you've read. The wording is difficult, the vocabulary is difficult. At the time, this was normal speech. It is important to always frame things in the era in which they were written. So what I want you to do is go ahead and go here to Who is Silence in pseudonyms. And here is the article, okay? This is what he did and why he did it. Then go ahead and go to card number 2. And then these are some other names of made-up characters that he used. Martha Careful, Harry Meanwell, Busy Body, Alice Addertongue, and Anthony Afterwit. Notice, these names all share some commonality. Which ones do you like? Hank, you with me? There you are. So, answer that question. Then let's go ahead and let's read the first letter. I'm going to warn you right now, again, all right, so here is the first letter. I want you to go ahead and read it. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be difficult. If you don't understand what's going on in this letter, don't act surprised. Read it again. Keep trying to figure it out. This is the reason that in our last unit we learned how to paraphrase. We learned how to take something from their words and put it into our words so that it makes more sense to us. So here's the article. Sir, it may not be improper in the first place to inform your readers that I intend once a fortnight to present them, by the help of this paper, with a short epistle, which I presume will add somewhat to their entertainment. What does that first sentence mean? It boils down to this. Every couple of weeks, I intend to write you a letter to entertain you. That's it. That's all that says, okay? I understand that it's a lot more complicated, a lot more wordy than that. Why do they just write it that way? because it's not great writing. This is great writing, especially that era. That you've always got to couch things in that. So, go through the rest of this. Make yourself familiar with it. You have to understand this letter. Those of you that have parents that are super smart, super helpful, here's a good chance for you to throw a challenge at them. Say, Mr. Balker's class, this is what we're supposed to read. And they're going to say, oh my gosh, that's difficult. That's what I said the first time I read it, and I've got a degree in English. This is not an easy passage, okay? There's a lot to it, a lot going on. So go ahead and read it, make yourself familiar with it. The main thing that you need to do in this assignment is all the way back right here on slide number 7. So go through all the other slides. The directions are right on them. It's going to break down this letter. It's going to formulate an idea in your head of what he's trying to accomplish. All of that is geared towards this writing prompt. The writing prompt is very simply, how can you tell that Ben Franklin was creating a likable character? Okay? She does a number of things that are in this letter that makes her very, very likable, and you need to reference them in 120 words or more and explain to me, what did he do that made her such a likable character? Because she's a very likable, although hard to understand character. That's what needs to be done in this assignment. I'm not going to go through all of them with you because I do want you to do a little bit of this work on your own. Go through each slide and just follow the directions. They're going to break it down paragraph by paragraph. One of the things I'm really going to encourage you to do, guys, is when you see a word that you don't know and it's underlined in blue with the little dots, click on it. It'll give you the inline definition right there. Substitute that word in and see if that helps you. This is not an easy passage. Most of the work here in this whole lesson is you sitting and trying to figure out what's going on. I understand it's difficult. This is great writing and a very important character in American history. That's it. Thank you guys so much. I will see you for the next one.